What's going on, people? Bear with me a second. Let me get this shared out to a couple places. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. We're going to talk a little bit about a little bit of what I consider creator mentality and your responsibilities as a creator, artist, writer, inker, letterer, whatever the case may be. We're going to talk about that. Because I don't know what's going on lately with some of the indie creators. Um, about about being responsible. Um, keeping your word when you commit. What's up, V? Good morning. Good morning. Meeting deadlines. And not trying to take advantage of other people and things like that. So we're going to talk a little bit like that. I'm sure. I'm sure I'm about to probably piss a few people off. I'm sure I'm about to probably. Bear with me. I'm just sharing this. And do me a favor and share out the video. Also, just real quick recap. The sale event from the other night, I'll be doing the share giveaway here probably this evening or tomorrow. I'll tally those names and I will get that done. It's amazing how many people jump in this video and then jump right back out, just clearing notifications. Let's see, a lot of people don't want to hear this shit. They don't want people, talking about, shitty behavior or holier than thou, attitude that some of the people are showing. So I'm like I said, I'm probably going to piss some people off with this one, and I really don't care. I'm kind of tired of the BS with some of the mentality some people are showing. Hang on. I'm just kind of tagging some folks. No particular order or anything, just tagging some folks that we've kind of had this conversation about. Hope everyone's having a good morning. What's up, Nita? I was actually just tagging you because I kind of saw your little post this morning too, and that's something I'm going to talk about. Is not your post, but the subject material. I'm going to chat on creator responsibility in the community. It's lacking in general. There's too many people right now that commit. So we'll start with the creator side of it. For those that don't know, I'm a full-time published cover artist. I've done retailer exclusives for Image Comics, Dynamite, indie projects. I've probably got about 70 published covers in the last 2.5 years. So I definitely know the stress that comes with doing this type of work. I also do Comic-Con and in-store signing events. So I travel a good bit through the year also. I usually average anywhere between 11 to as high as 20 Comic-Cons in a year. So I understand the workload that comes with it. I understand the responsibility. I understand the sacrifices that when you work on this level that you make, to meet deadlines, to do what you're supposed to do, etc. And I don't know what the hell's going on lately. I'm seeing it constant on even on my news feed, the people that are on my friends list on Facebook, where I'm seeing artists, ghosting fans that they owe work to, ghosting retailers that they owe paperwork to for slabbings, etc. That one's a weird one for me, because that takes all of 2 minutes to fill out the paperwork and scan it and send it to the retailer that you owe the paperwork to. And it blows my mind, because some of these people that are ghosting fans, that are ghosting retailers that they owe information to, that are constantly missing deadlines or canceling cover jobs because they're behind, tend to be the ones getting the bigger shine on them, which is really odd to me. But like we've always joked about it with this industry, that it's kind of like a bad relationship. The shittier you act, the more attention you get in that way. Not in the negative way like you should get. Like I said, we joke about that sometimes, that that this is definitely like a bad relationship. The people that are there every time a fan has a question, or they're there every time a retailer has a question, they get their deadlines done, they get their commissions done in a timely manner. They're very communicating, on a higher level with everyone involved. Working weekends, working long days, etc., etc. And they kind of get ignored and kind of thrown to the back. But then you get the one, because whether they got a pretty face or whatever the case may be, that ghosts fans and treats people like random shit and doesn't meet their deadlines, etc., get chased after like a bad relationship. Like I said, we joke about that, but apparently that's what it's coming down to. And it starts to make you wonder, like, okay, am I wasting my time trying to be that person that's going above and beyond, that's getting, when someone sends me an email, says, hey, I need this, as soon as I get, to my computer or something, I send it. It isn't 2 or 3 days later. When I try to ship out commissions, I, like some other people, we try to ship stuff out really quick and in a reasonable manner. And then you got people out here that's half-assing it, and yet they're, anyway, that's a different ballgame to itself. But so, and a lot of you artists, that are in this indie community, you really got to check yourself. The fact that fans are because and the reason I'm mentioning this, and I'm kind of making an issue out of it, and I'm going to go ahead and put this real blunt and real clear to even the fans that are on our page that we share fans with. It is not my responsibility to chase down another artist for you. Okay. It doesn't matter if you're a retailer. It doesn't matter if you're an artist. I mean, a fan that's gotten a commission from that artist. It is not my damn responsibility to chase that artist down to get you your work, or to get you your paperwork you need, et cetera, et cetera. I've had retailers in the past with me say, hey, have you talked to so-and-so? She's not answering, or he's not answering my PMs. Do you know what's going on? I don't know shit. Why? Because I'm doing my own thing and I'm not babysitting other people. Then I've got fans, and I hate that you guys are going through this. I really do. I hate to see it, because I don't believe in anyone taking anyone's money and not delivering on product. But I can't fix it. Okay, you sending me a PM talking about you can't get a hold of this artist. She won't reply to your PMs. She's ignoring your comments every time she makes a post, or he's ignoring you and he's not replying to you. There's not shit I can do. There's not shit anyone else can do. And to be honest with you, it's not my responsibility to do it. I hate that you're having to deal with that with someone. There's nothing scummier to me than an artist that takes someone's money and then ghosts them. Because I don't get, and this is where I'm going to piss some people off. I don't give a shit what you as an artist have going on in your personal life. If you're going to do this and play in our sandbox, do the shit the right way or get the fuck out. You are giving everyone else a bad name because you want to have these woe is me moments. Oh, someone said something bad about my art, so I need everybody on my page to pat me on my back. Oh, someone did this to me. Someone did that. I need everyone to comment and tell me how better I am. And I need you to make me. No, stop. Stop posting the woe is me shit on Facebook. Suck it up and roll on like everybody else. Now, if you have a legit issue, talk to someone for sure. But plastering it on Facebook, that's not the right way to do it. Because all you're doing is looking for attention. You're looking for somebody to make you feel pretty for a day. You're looking for somebody to pat you on the back. If you got time to post Cry Me a River shit on Facebook, you got time to work. You got time to answer PMs. You got time to get paperwork over to retailers. You have time to do all this other shit. Just because you may have a pretty face, or because you may have landed a DC cover or a Marvel cover or any of this other shit, don't give you no right to treat anybody else any different. Stop with the bullshit. Answer PMs. I don't give a shit what you got going on in your personal life. You got time to answer people's PMs, especially if you're posting shit on Facebook. I'm sick of it because it affects me. A lot of people might be in the comments, might be like, oh, well, why are you worried about it? Does someone else let their ship sink? That's not how it is. Because every time an artist screws over one of you fans, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth, and it could cause you to stop doing business with artists outside of, a Comic-Con where you can physically pick up your artwork. Because I've seen the posts where someone calls out some artist finally because they've been ignoring them and et cetera, and it's been 2 years and they haven't gotten their commission. And I see the comments on those posts where, yeah, this is the reason I don't, do mail order commissions anymore. So yes, it affects us. Again, most of you want to sit on your hands and don't ever want to say shit, and that's fine. You do you. But I'm going to speak out because it does affect us as a whole. And it affects the retailers wanting to work with brand new artists that could be coming in on the scene. It affects every single person. This shit is not easy. This shit is extremely time consuming and straining, both physically, mentally, and emotionally. And I'm telling you right now, it's probably, I've worked construction. I've broken concrete for 20 hours, on some days before, and usually on an 8 to 10 hour days. A lot of times, there's been moments where we've had to pull, 16-hour, almost 20-hour shifts to get shit done to meet deadlines, and even in the construction world. So, it can happen. I mean, we've worked from sun up till well after dark before. The fact that you're sitting and doing this type of work, and again, it is physically draining. It is emotionally draining. It is mentally draining. It really is. As far as everything hitting you all at once, this is definitely one of the harder career paths I've done. Because the others could just be physical, or it could just be mental. This is like all three hitting you all the time. And so I get that. I understand that. I understand the lonely side of it. I understand the, not feeling good enough side of it. I understand the mind games that your head wants to screw with you on doing this. I understand the emotional connection to social media. When you share something and nobody says a fucking thing, nobody shares it, nobody likes it. You might get 1 or 2 people, and that's about it. And then you have to watch other people who don't contribute the way you do to the community as a whole. Got people chasing them left and right. Like I said, it's like a bad relationship some days. It truly is. So I understand all those avenues, but there's still absolutely 100% no excuse to stiff people, to take their money and not deliver on their product. And the same goes for you retailers. If you can't operate in a very proper and respectful way, get out. You're wasting everyone's damn time, and you're ruining the rep of the industry as a whole. And like I said, and for the artists especially, there is absolutely no excuse to ghost people, to not fill out paperwork for retailers when they ask you over and over and over and over and over. First off, they should never have to ask you more than once. because you should have already done it. But even let's say you got busy and it slipped your mind, and that can happen. Get off your ass the minute they say, hey, we still haven't gotten that paperwork we need to send these slabs in. Could you get them over to me? Stop whatever the hell you're doing and do it right then. If you commit to a project, stand by your word and do the project. I don't give a shit what's going on in your personal life. I don't care about your divorce. I don't care about your woe is me, daddy, mama, baby shit drama. If you can't do this as and do it in a respectful way, get out until you can, because you affect all of us with your bullshit, and you leave a bad taste in the fans' mouths to where they don't want to deal with people. There's absolutely no excuse for it. There's none. I'm tired of hearing the bullshit. Oh, I had this going on, and oh, woe is me, and shut the fuck up. We all have shit going on. We all have problems. I mean, I saw a thing yesterday where a post where some guy got called out because he was selling stuff for another guy on a consignment on Whatnot. And for those that don't do that shit, don't let someone else sell your shit for you. Okay. And then they got to give you the money when they're done. That's stupid to begin with. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that shit right now. Sell your own shit, start your own Whatnot. But anyway, the guy calls him out because apparently the guy sold all the books. And then because he claims he had a plumbing issue, spent the guy's money. Not his money, because he apparently broke. He spent the other guy's money whose books he sold, which they were supposed to split the money, but he spent his share plus that guy's share. So that's an example of being unprofessional, and it does not matter what's going on in your life. I don't give a shit if all the plumbing went out in your damn house. You don't spend someone else's money to fix your problem. So he's the man in your house now because you had to take his money and do it. But that's a point. That's and then the guy thinks he didn't do anything wrong. Like, you can go read the post that's in one of the groups. Dale commented on it. The guy literally is sitting there commenting like as if it's not a big deal. That's how screwed up the mentality of a lot of these retailers and sellers and flippers have. They don't want to pay artists. That we do the damn work. Like I, for myself, I have two types of pay I do for doing covers. I have my full price, where when the book gets printed, you send me 5 copies of my cover and it's no big deal. I do that so if you don't ever print the book, I didn't lose anything really. But then I have an option where you can get a much bigger discount on me doing the artwork, but I get more comps of the book when it's printed, so I can recoup the money that I just gave you for a discount. I've got 3 Kickstarters right now that owes me money, because of they haven't went to Kickstarter in more than 2 years or more. And they owe me 20 copies of my books. When I sell my books at cons for anywhere between $15 to $20 a pop. So if I'm selling those, let's say if I'm even selling those at $10 a piece, that's $200 that I had gave them a discount for to do the artwork. And here it is 2 years plus, and those Kickstarters still haven't went to print. So they owe me books. So should I call them out? Should I say, hey, I need my $200 for the discount, or I need my books? I mean, that's probably what I need to do. But I'm sure they'll find some reason to say that they can't do that, even though it clearly states it in the invoice. When the book is printed, I received 20 copies of my book to compensate for the discount that I'm giving you right now to do the work. So we already have to deal with that bullshit where people try to lowball us. People try to pay us with fake ass exposure on their brand new book that hasn't been done. Or they want us to share in the royalties. You don't have no fucking royalties. Excuse my language. You ain't got no damn royalties. Okay. Sorry. You ain't got shit. You've never done anything. This is your first book. You don't have no exposure. You don't have shit. Stop asking people for free work. The other one, eating a little bit of the reality chip. You guys got to stop with some of these damn prices. You may have good art and it looks nice. I'm not paying you $400 to draw an interior page. The industry standard for Marvel and DC for some of the biggest names in the company, is like $160 to $200 a page. And that's people that's been in the business 20, 25 years, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not paying you, who's random Joe Blow on the internet, $400 drawing into your page. Now, I'm not going to argue with you about your price. If I ask you what your price is and you say, it's $400 a page, I'm going to go, awesome, man. Thank you. I appreciate your reply. And I hope you have a good day. Like, I'm not going to argue with you about your price. I'm not going to tell you what you should or shouldn't do personally. But here in general land, I'm going to speak on it. You got to stop that shit. Ain't nobody in this industry worth $400 a page. I'm sorry. It's just not happening. The biggest names in the company, for the most part, don't even get paid that. So that shit's not happening. But you as an artist creator, you have to do two things. If you're going to do this, you have to be respectful. You have to be hardworking. You have to make this a priority over pretty much everything else. If you want to make a name for yourself, it just is what it is. There's a reason, less than 10% make a name for themselves, because, most people don't want to make the sacrifice. There's a reason, like 3% of the world makes, 7 figures or more, or, I think it's like 10 or 12% make 6 figures in the US. There's a reason for that. Most people don't want to put in the work because you can't do it part-time. Yeah, that's a big one. You got to be professional. You got to be courteous. You got to be respectful. Don't let nobody walk on you, but you got to be. You got to keep your word, whether it's to fans for commissions or whether it's to retailers for deadlines or indie creators for deadlines. Don't tell me you can do a project if you can't do it, because especially in the indie community, because what's up, Lori? When we do these books, we only pencil in like, 4 or 5 covers for a project, and these deadlines are tight, semi. Usually it's about a month, month and a half deadline, which is plenty of fucking time. I don't give a shit who you are. But anyway, plenty of time. Don't commit to that if you have no interest in doing it. Don't commit to that if you're going to let everything in the world around you sidetrack you and stop you from doing it. Don't commit to that if you can't stop playing, PS4s and Xboxes, et cetera, et cetera. Don't commit, because when you commit, we put our faith in you that you're going to do the project. We've got you locked in. We're good to go. That spot is secure. That's what we're putting our faith in you on. Then when you decide to go past the deadline or to the deadline and you go, oh shit, I can't get to it. Shit came up. I'm sorry. Now we have to scramble to try to find someone to take that spot. And which is already difficult. But on top of that, we have to find someone that can, because you went past the deadline in most cases when we get that message. Now we have to find someone that can complete the work, draw it, ink it, color it within a week or 2 weeks. Because usually when you go past the deadline, we're about 2 weeks prior to the Kickstarter kicking off. So there's no excuse for it. Now, if you have a huge family emergency, like someone immediate to you died, that's a different ballgame. If you're in a car accident and you're laid up in the hospital, that's a different ballgame. So there are exceptions to the rule, when something bad happens. But if it's your emotional state, I don't give a shit. And I know that sounds harsh, but I don't. Why? Because I go through the same bullshit. I deal with depression. I deal with anxiety. I deal with the stress of the community. I deal with the drama from other artists and shit like that we get pulled into. So I get where you're coming from. I understand it. What's up, Chris? Yeah, this one's going to piss some people off. So, and now I'm not going to name drop anyone because that shit's irrelevant. Let's be cold honest about it. Because there's fans of mine right now that you're friends with people who do this shit. And they do it. So me name dropping is not going to do any good. So I'm not going to name drop anybody. But I will tell you, some of you are friends with some of them. And some of you are friends with some of the ones that start the drama and the bullshit, that belittle other artists and try to slander them, etc. But, you know, you do you, I'll do me, and we'll be happy. Yeah, it's useless. Fucking pointless. Useless. Especially if you got a pretty face. You got a pretty face. It's super damn useless. But like I said, this is like a bad relationship a lot of times. And I know I sound like I'm bashing this industry, but I'm not. I'm bashing the attitude of shitty people. So please make sure you get that shit right. I love what I do. And I came from a job making 6 figures plus, and I love what I do now. I love the people that I work with on a day-to-day basis. I love their mentality. See, a lot of you wonder why. I've had some of you send me PMs about certain people. Go, why aren't you friends with that person? I tried to tag him on your thing and it wouldn't tag. If I have someone blocked, you can bet money that person did some shit to somebody with proof. I don't do hearsay. Well, like it's the same way, like Chris. When Chris comes to me and says, "Hey, you better watch out for so and so," you can bet money my ass is going to be watching out, because I know that if he's talking about someone in a certain situation, that there's legitimate shit going on there. So like I said, so I'm not going to name drop. That's absolute. I used to name drop. I used to call people out on their shitty behavior. I used to call out retailers when they didn't want to pay us or send us our books. I used to call out indie people when they used to shit on people too. I used to call out other artists when they used to slander people and talk shit. I don't call them. It's pointless to name drop anymore. Yes, I mean, I love what I do. I love the majority of the community. I love the fans. And that's why I get pissed off about this shit, because a lot of these fans that I have are fans with some of these people that are shitting on people. Now, to you fans, guys, you got to stop doing dumb shit. I'm going to be honest. Look, we're going to be blunt right now, okay? We're going to be real. You got to stop doing dumb shit. When you know it's an artist that has screwed you in the past, and you run your little ass right back over there when they open up a commission spot, or they have that, that emergency that they have every single month. They got to do this magic sale because they have a family emergency every single month. And you guys run your little asses over there and you grab a commission because it's too cheap to pass up, which you got to use a little common sense. Come on, guys. That's on you. You got to stop doing this shit. And I've seen a lot of you do it. Run back to the same person that just screwed you last time. Well, I thought he had changed. Where the hell do y'all get that shit from? And this goes across the board to any of you. Where do you get that shit from? I thought they changed. Nobody fucking changes. Nobody's changed, especially when there's no repercussions. You can never change unless you had to walk through the fire of punishment, so to speak, and realize what you did was wrong and terrible, and that you can't do that. Like and most people that even walk through the punishment stage still do not change. I mean, that's why prisons stay full. So you think someone on Facebook where you can't do shit to them, you can't even smear their name. Like it's that fucked up. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, guys. That's how screwed up. That's the one part of this industry I super hate, is the fact that people can shit on people and you guys will still run back to that piece of shit. You guys still run to Clayton Crane. And now the reason I'm name dropping these two names is because these are hardcore shit people, and everyone knows this story. So I'm not really concerned about this one. You guys, a lot of you guys still chase Clayton Crane. And then you want to use this mindset. Well, who he is as a person, or who he is as an artist is not who he is as a person. What? Yeah, the hell it is. He's a shitty person. He broke up a marriage, whether she came at him or he went at her. He screwed over a business partner and screwed over fans with the whole fake acetate cover that he knew about. And then he screwed up a marriage, including his own. He was married, had children, and he screwed up his shit. He's a shitty person. But yet, a lot of you guys, Clayton Crane, oh my God, Clayton Crane. And then some of you are still shopping with Black Flag. The people who screwed hundreds and hundreds, hell, into the thousands of dollars out of fans over the fake acetate cover that they con people with. Then on top of it, he's just a shitty person. And I've seen some of you that's on my, like I said, I'm gonna piss some people off today. And I've seen some of you when like a few month or two ago, when he made the announcement, oh, I'm back, guys, I'm bigger than ever. I'm here to kick ass, whatever the hell he said. And there were some of you guys who are on my friends list commenting on his post. Oh, man, glad to see you back, man. Can't wait to see what you got planned. What the hell? So, yeah, it does no good for us to name drop anyone. Clayton Crane, Black Flag, those are two of the main ones that proves my point. So, I mean, it does no good to name drop. But you artists, y'all need to get shit together. Now, if what I'm saying doesn't apply to you, it doesn't apply to you. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, if you're meeting deadlines like you're supposed to do, like a grown person, if you're contacting fans when they're contacting you about commissions and you're replying to them in a timely manner, doing grown-up shit, if you're keeping your word on projects you're doing and not letting your personal life rule you, like a grown person, what I'm saying doesn't apply to you. So don't get bent. Don't get pissy. And don't get my PMs mad talking about, I don't do it. If what I'm saying doesn't apply to you, it doesn't apply to you. But look, there's some of you on my friends list this shit applies to. And you need to stop. Like I said, you unfriend me. I don't care. And I'm not perfect. I don't mean it that way. I'm not trying to like judge people, saying I'm better than them or anything like that. But I bust my ass to meet deadlines. I bust my ass to keep my communication in a timely manner to fans, retailers, et cetera. I do what I'm supposed to do. And it pisses me off because I see some of you taking advantage of these people, because a lot of the people that are your fans are my fans too. They hell, some of them met you through me, and now you're shitting on people. Why? Because you got some baby daddy mama issues, or you got some I'm tired and lonely issues. Welcome to comics. Welcome to the life of an artist. We spend the majority of our time by ourselves. It is what it is. It's not like it was in the 90s and, pre-internet. All these artists would gather, they'd rent a studio and they would work out of that studio 8, 10, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, and be around each other and feed off each other's energy. And God, I wish that was the case. But it's not. And this is what it is. This is just part of it. Now, I understand there's going to be moments where it's all going to pile up on you, and you may have a momentary break to where you need to step away for, a few days or something. Totally understand that. But you can't consistently miss deadlines and break your word consistently. And you can't constantly ghost fans. Man the fuck up and answer the PMs. You're obviously online because you're posting shit on Facebook. You're present. Answer the damn PMs. Because I'm tired of getting the messages. Because contrary to what you may think, when they can't get a hold of you and you're on our friends list, they message us asking if we've seen you, or if we talked to you, or if we know what might be going on. I don't know shit. So I'm going to go ahead and let fans know that too. Don't PM me asking me shit else about another artist. I love you, but don't ask me shit out about another artist. It is not my responsibility to keep up with them. I am not their keeper. If you need to know something, you bug the shit out of them, or you plaster it on down Facebook with tagging them saying, where's my shit? I want my money or I want my art. Stop playing the bullshit games with them. Now, for those, there is a reasonable time frame. It is not unusual to be on, even someone, on my level of popularity, which isn't way up here, it's down here. Even on my level, it's not unusual to be on a commission list for 6 months, close to a year. That's not unusual. So don't be blowing some damn artist PMs up because you've been on the commission list 2 weeks. Yeah, exactly. So, what was I saying? Damn, Chris distracted me with that shit. But yeah, so stop. Just fans are great. They can be very understanding. So if they ask you what's going on, just answer the PM. You ghosting them is beyond disgusting. What's up, Jeff? It's beyond disgusting. And I'm going to tell the fans that if you have an artist that's ghosting you, like if you send them a PM and they haven't answered you in 2 or 3 days, tag them on a public post saying, hey, can you check your PM? If you still hadn't heard nothing in a week, you need to say something louder. Okay? Stop it. Because I don't give a shit who the artist is, whether they're down here or they're up here. Ghosting people is not understandable in any way, shape, or form. If you can talk to people while you're trying to earn their money, you can talk to people after you've already taken their money. Stop being a bitch. Okay? And again, like I said, that goes for anybody up here 20, 30 years in the business to somebody just starting out. I don't give a shit who you are. There's no excuse to ghost. There's no excuse to ignore, especially after you've taken someone's money. Stop being a punk ass bitch. Okay? Yeah, I mean, it's fair. You can ask me all that. You can ask me when it might be done all you want. I'm going to tell you, I don't know. Because I don't. Yeah, that's another thing too. Like time frames are not chiseled in stone. So just so people know, like if you ask me, you jump on like right now, my commission list has 30 spots. I open it twice a year to try to help control these long wait times. Now, most artists will not do that because there's no doubt about it. When you cap your commission list and it fills up, there's going to be people that's going to come to you wanting commissions, and if you're going to be that, my list is full, can't take no more person to try to control that wait time, you're going to lose money. You're going to, because some people will wait, but most are not going to wait another 6 months for your commission list open. So when people ask me, hey, how long do you think it might be? I'll tell them, man, I don't know exactly when it'll be. As soon as I get to your name on the list, I'll send you a PM and let you know I'm at your name. Now, once I'm to your name, 2 days, maybe 3, depending on the complexity of the piece, I'll have it done. But also, it depends on what comes across my desk, because let's say I'm started your piece. You're on the commission list and I got to your name and I've started laying loose pencils. And then a retailer or an indie person contacts me and says, hey, I got a cover job. I need it done in the next week. Well, guess what happens? That cover doesn't wait. Your commission waits. Now, but also think about it. What if I got your name on the commission list on a Thursday and I got to leave, I start your commission that Thursday and I leave the next morning for a Comic-Con. Now I'm gone until Monday. Then let's say I get back into town and the day I come back in town, somebody wants a cover. So now your commission got pushed back 3 days because of the Comic-Con. Then a cover job comes across my desk. And if it's one that needs to be done within the next week to get it to my colorist, now your commission just got pushed back a couple more days. So you're always going to fluctuate. But here's my rule of thumb as a person who collects original art. Here's my rule of thumb. When I order a commission, I touch base with them at the 3-month mark. If I haven't heard from them, I just say, hey, just wanted to touch base, see how it's coming. And then if he says, oh man, I haven't had a chance to get to it, I'll be jumping on it here real soon. No problem, man. Thank you for the update. I don't say shit else till another 3 months later if I hadn't heard from him. So now we're at the 6-month mark. Now, at that point, this varies from popularity of artists. If I'm dealing with an artist who's not doing covers, who's not doing Comic-Con appearances, this is going to change. But if I'm dealing with anyone that does Comic-Con appearances, that does cover jobs on a pretty frequent basis, that I know is busy, if I'm dealing with that person, then I go 3 months, 6 months, and then I don't say shit else till the 1 year mark. Now at the 1 year mark, I touch base if I hadn't heard from them, and I ask for a soft deadline. Like, hey, it's been a year. When do you think you can have this done? Now, at the 1 year, 3 month mark, I'm asking for a hard deadline or my money back, because that's more than enough time to do it. Even if you were drawing on it 10 minutes a day, 4 days a week, that you still should have had it done. So I don't go past the 1 year and 3 month mark, period, no matter who it is. I've had commissions with big names, and I told them to give me my money back. I'm not playing that 3 year, 4 year, 5 year bullshit ass game. So now if you're an artist that's not doing covers, that's not doing Comic-Con appearances, and all you're doing is just commissions, there is no excuse for you to be taking a year to do someone's commission, period. So, yeah, I mean, I do. The communication thing is definitely important. So I try to let people know, and I'm cool with people messaging me. But now, like I said, on the flip side, show some courtesy and respect to the artist. If you're dealing with someone you know is busy, that is doing covers, doing Comic-Con and store signing events, etc., be respectful. Don't get on the commission list and then 2 weeks later ask, hey, I just wanted to see if you're done. Dude, I ain't even got to your name, let alone done. So, I mean, because like I said, it depends. When it comes to the commission list for a busy artist like myself or other people, when it comes to the commission list, like, again, even though I only open mine twice a year and I do 30 spots on each opening for half body, full body, full background colors, etc. Now, headshots, I'll take those any day of the week because they don't go on the official commission list, and I use them as warm-ups in the morning. So headshots is no issue there. But when it comes to half bodies and full bodies, and it comes to, those types with color, etc., the commission list all depends on where you're at on the commission list. If you come in at spot 29, and then it matters like what orders are on the commission list prior to your order. Because I've had moments where my commission lists almost 30 spots of full body, full background, full color pieces. And each one of those takes around 6 to 8 hours to do, depending on the complexity of it. So I mean, you add that on top of travel, and then you add that on top of cover jobs, and you add that on top of, and even and other family emergencies that could come up, being sick, etc. Even though most of us will work while we're sick, but so even on that, and that's usually us idiots like myself who do it 6 days a week, sometimes 7. Like, I mean, I mean, the other day I had 1 day off, and that was my first day off I've had since January. And the day off I had prior to January was Christmas, Christmas Day. So, and now that's our fault because, we just work, and so a lot of it's artists have got to take responsibility. You got to do shit in a timely manner. You got to communicate. Stop being a punk. If you're late, you're late. If you're running behind, you're running behind. Just have the balls to say it. Stop hiding behind not answering the PMs, especially when you're constantly posting shit on Facebook. That shows you're being a rude ass. Now if you weren't posting on Facebook, nobody's seen you on Facebook in 2 or 3 days, and you haven't read any of the messages, that's a legit, oh shit, has something happened? Like, we get that. But if I send you a message and it takes you 3 days to answer my message, but yet I can look at your Facebook page and you're posting every day about some kind of random dumb bullshit, we got a problem. Because I know you know the message is there because you're on Facebook. Now if I send you a message and you ghost me, we're gonna have a real problem. Because there's no excuse for the ghosting. You read my message and then you can't have the balls to answer me, even if it's just to say. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, there's some people that travel a lot, they might read that message and maybe they're in the middle of something and they couldn't answer it right that moment. Now that's a little different. And you know when that it's that situation because you know the person. But if you're brand new, you're not established, you know, we don't know that, okay, he saw my message. He's probably in the middle of something, but I know him. He'll answer me, you know, tomorrow or the next day. And he does, or she does. That's different because we know you, you know. But if you're, you know, if you're reading people's shit and then you're ghosting them and then they have to resort to, you made one of your random bullshit posts on Facebook, you know, and they commented on that, hey, I hope you're doing good. I'm trying to get a hold of you. I sent you a message, but you haven't answered. And then you ignore that too. You're being a bitch. I mean, you just are. And you're hurting the community doing it because you're giving everybody a really shitty taste in their mouth about how you know you act, and it does reflect on the rest of us too, because they people start thinking, damn, is this way all these artists act? Because again, I've seen the posts, I've seen the comments where someone goes, yep, this is the reason I quit doing mail order commissions. And look, guys, a lot of the business we do is mail order. I mean, we do lots of at-home commissions. We do lots of at-home covers for retailers and indie people, etc. That's where the majority of our business takes place. I mean, even with me traveling, you know, anywhere between 11 to, you know, like last year I did, what was it? Last year I did 22 shows, or the year before I did like 14 last year, 22 the year before, something like that. And this year I'm on par to do another, like, you know, 11 or 12. And even doing that, I still do more business from home. So, I mean, you got to stop shitting on it. Just because you got a pretty face and you got guys slobbering all over you doesn't mean you have the right to act like this. Just because you got a little bit of popularity, you know, and you're getting a little heat on you, does not mean you can shit on fans and things like that. It's not right. It's wrong. It's wrong on so many levels, and you guys have got to stop doing it. And now, like I said, if what I'm saying doesn't apply to you, don't worry about it. But there's some of you guys that, you know, that I see out there in the public groups, that I see the people making the posts for. You're doing it, and it's a terrible mentality to have, and it's going to be a terrible mentality, you know, a habit for you to break later. So you need to break it now. But anyway. Dude, I can't, like, it's so bad. I can't even look. I can't listen to female interviews anymore. I can't look at female posts anymore, because the amount of simping that's going on is just makes me want to beat my head against a damn brick wall. The shit is so damn annoying. I can't even watch, like, it's like a lot of the interviewers who are interviewing the ladies, like, I feel so bad for them, because they're asking some of the dumbass questions I've ever seen. What's your favorite color? What was your favorite prom dress color? Or, like, I've heard that question on a damn interview. What the fuck does that got to do with it? I don't give a shit what her favorite color is. I don't give a shit what she did for prom. I don't give a shit what she does in her personal time. I want to hear about how she got into art. I want to hear about who her favorite influences were. I want to hear about what her favorite covers are that she's done. I want to hear that shit. You know, and it's the case in point. Like, you go look at someone sharing a piece of art and they get a handful of comments, if that, and then you go look at somebody post some woe is me damn post, and it's just 100+ damn comments of, oh, you're a rock star, you got this, and what the fuck ever. Look, I'm gonna go ahead and let you, like, some of you guys that might be listening to this, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. This is super secret now. Don't tell nobody this. Y'all make sure y'all keep this between us. Don't share this. This is super like super secret shit. Okay? Super, come closer. Super secret shit. You chasing after these females on these posts whether they're artists or not. Shh, don't tell nobody this now. You're not going to get their fucking phone number. Chill the fuck out, okay? You making these dumbass damn comments about, oh, you're as beautiful as you are talented. I mean, that's how it sounds. Stop. And no offense to the ladies. I don't blame anybody for playing the game, but the game's got to fucking chill. The game's got to stop. Excuse my language. Y'all got to stop with this bullshit. Y'all chasing and putting it up here on this pedestal's got to stop. Well, Chris, you are as beautiful as you are talented. There you go. Like I said, I got no problem with someone playing the game. When people want to jump over there and bounce their tits for 10 minutes, I ain't got no problem with that. I have a problem with the people that's chasing it. Y'all got to stop chasing it. You're not getting the phone number, okay? It's not happening. Oh, you're as beautiful as you are talented. Oh, your eyes are so dreamy. Nobody's saying shit about the art. You know, when one of these damn ladies posts their art, and nobody's saying shit about the art. They're over here with all this damn simping shit. Just stop, dude. It's gagging is what it is. It is about the stick figures. That's legit true. So here's the thing. If y'all can't look, I'm about to be super blunt with you on something. If y'all can't show the guy artists and creators on your friends list the same love you show these damn females on your friends list, y'all can get the fuck off my friends list. So there you go. Same goes for you artists. I see it with the artists too. Guy artists, and again, I'm not trying to turn this into a sexist versus sexist thing, but this is part of the whole like toxic bullshit. It's all part of it. When you got guys, exactly, Jordan. When you have guy artists on your friend, and this goes for the other artists, you big wigs who can't comment, share, or like any of the up-and-comers people unless they have a set of boobs. Trust me, we see it. Y'all can't post or comment on our shit, but some pretty face posts something and you all over that one. You're not getting the phone number either. I'm just letting you know. You're not getting the phone number either. Social media has made sure you're not getting the phone number either. You know why? Because everyone is chasing the phone number. So you're not on the level to get the phone number. I hate to break it to you. This ain't the 90s no more. This ain't Image Comics. It's not. So, you know, if you can't share everyone's content, either don't share no one's or get the fuck off my friends list. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing the simping. I'm tired of seeing the shit treatment of fans. And the same goes for some of you big names. Y'all can get pissed. I don't give a shit because I can swim. I'll burn all the damn bridges I possibly can. I don't give a shit because I'm going to make mine regardless. You know, so you know I'm not concerned with oh shit, you shouldn't say that. You know, what's his name might hear it, and what's his name ought to get his shit together. Then he don't got to worry about it. Because if what I'm saying pisses you off, maybe you need to reevaluate you. If me talking about fair treatment of fans, fair treatment of each other, being respectful to the female artists, being courteous to everyone, and uplifting everyone equally. If that pisses you off, get the fuck out. Unfriend me and roll the fuck on. Because I see the shit. And I'm not the only one. I'm just the only one stupid enough to bring it up. So, you know, I'm tired of the fake shit, man. I'm burnt on it. I was talking to Chris and him about it the other day at the Comic Palooza. I'm burnt out, man. I'm burnt out. I'm burnt out on the fake ass shit. I'm burnt out on the fake ass friend shit. I'm burnt out on the fake ass colleague shit. I'm burnt out. You know, a lot of it's because I haven't had a vacation since December of 2021? No, November. November of 2021. That's the last time I had a vacation. And when I say vacation, I just mean more than 2 days off. And again, that's my fault. That's nobody's fault but mine. That's me waiting on other people, trying to make sure time works out with other people, because relationships are fucking stupid now. So that's pointless as an artist. It just is, So that's a huge waste of fucking time. You have the Harley head, bro? Oh, I was like, what? I'm beat. I'm beat, Chris. I mean, Keith. I'm beat, man. Yeah, no vacations me. It's my fault. Normally I try to take one at least once a year. I'll go to the mountains and I'll stay for about 3 days, 4 days, and it works. Like I'll come back rejuvenated, plenty, energized. I've washed away all that toxic bullshit from the environment of this industry. Because as much as I love it, there's a lot of toxic to it too. There's a lot of stress and things like that we don't really talk about. But that's on me. It's my fault. Like nobody makes me work the hours I work. That's just me. I tend to have an addictive personality, and I don't do gaming or any of that because again, I have addictive personality. So if I try to game, I'm determined to be the best in that fucking game. You know what I'm saying? If I start painting, model, like I got a ton of model kits that I bought with the intention to try to work a little less to do that. But I know myself, if I start getting into that, the next thing I know, my work will start hurting. Like I'm not in some, denial about it. I have a very addictive personality, so I have to be very careful about what I do, which, and like I said, I'm not complaining about the hours I work. It's just, when you don't get that break, it does start messing with you. And like I was talking with Chris and him at Comic Palooza in Houston, and I'm burnt, man. I am burnt. I'm burnt with the fake bullshit, man. I'm tired of I'm tired of busting my ass to get here, and then people who have not done anywhere near the work that myself or others have done getting opportunities because they know a certain person or because they look a certain way. And I'm not saying they're not talented, but I know damn well they got where they were because you didn't do the work. You don't have the work to back up what the opportunity you're getting, because that's the way it works or that's the way it should work in this industry. You put in the work, you make the sacrifices, you do what you're supposed to do, and you're supposed to get to a certain place. No, 1 hour timeout from that's a whole nother ball game. That dude's an idiot. The way they restrict people on here is insane. But yeah, so you got those things that make it aggravating, and and I'm not trying to turn this into a woe is me video or anything. I don't mean it like that. I'm just, my point of bringing this stuff up is like I understand where this can become too much, and if you're not careful, it can affect your work. It can make you miss deadlines. It can make you ghost people and try to separate yourself from the industry for a bit. And that does nothing but hurt you in the long run because it leaves those bad tastes in people's mouths. So that's why I'm kind of bringing it up is I'm not bashing people for doing it just to be an asshole. Like I understand some of the mentality in behind it, but you can't let it own you. Like even with this, I can't let the fact that I'm irritated with other creators for being shitty, from ghosting fans to missing deadlines to canceling promised work, et cetera, et cetera. Then to the petty ass artists who want to slander people and smear their names because they won't put in the effort we do. It's our fault. We're getting cover jobs. It's our fault that they're not getting a little light shined on them, but yet they're spending 3 hours a day drawing, and then they're spending 10 hours a day playing Xbox and Call of Duty and sitting around with their weed and everything else, and they're not doing the grind, but yet it's our fault. So they slander us. That's definitely true, India. That is definitely true, man. You got to stay. If you want to be relevant, because this is a real easy industry to be out of sight, out of mind. I tell new artists this, I tell retailers this. If you want to make a footprint for yourself and you want to make it sooner than later, you got to come through this thing like a damn bull in a china shop. And you have to be willing to sacrifice time with family, time with friends, time with your hobbies, etc. Oh, hey, Nita. Okay. Oh, that got you. Your regular account got. How the hell did you get an hour restriction while you were in chat? Jesus, you got to stop. Look, Nita, you're badass. You promote the living shit out of tons of people. You got to stop posting stupid shit that gets you restricted. You're too important to us. There's not enough of you guys to go around. You're inciting violence. I'm shocked I haven't gotten it. That's true, Andre. If you're not willing, you'll stay mediocre. I'm sorry. And if you're okay with that, there's nothing wrong with that. If you don't want to do covers, if you don't want to be, somewhat of a household name or however you want to word it, you just want to do this casually, man, knock yourself out, go for it. Just make sure you communicate, make sure you do things in a timely manner, and you'll be fine. But if you want to come in here and you want to try to create somewhat of a name for yourself, and again, do it without spending 20 years in the industry before it happens, you got to come swinging. You have to be the biggest grinder in the damn room. And that's one thing I'm not going to be out, grinded by anybody. It's not happening. So I'll sacrifice health. I'll sacrifice time, and I'll sacrifice shit. Some people will call that stupid. And they're probably right. At the end of the day, at the end of the years, I'm sure I'll look back and I'll go, did it really fucking matter? I'm sure. Like, I don't have any delusions about the psychology of it. But right now, this is what I want to do. I want to make a name for it, because whether you like me, whether you don't like me, whether you're cool with what I say, not cool with what I say, whether you like my work or don't like my work, one way or another, my name's going to be in your mouth some way or another. So, and I don't mean that like an ego thing. I'm going to grind my ass off regardless of whether, someone else is getting special favors over me or other artists, or whether someone else is getting, a bit of attention when they shouldn't be getting shit because of how they treat people. It's whatever. I don't give a shit. That's one of the reasons I don't really pay attention to what other people are doing. It's just, here I wake up again this morning and I got a PM from one of my fans, and I'm not mad at my fan. So, I've already had this discussion with him. I told him I was going to go live and talk about it. And, and I'm not calling him because he's right to be upset, not at me, but he's asking about another artist that's on our connected friends list. You want to know if I've talked to that person or know what's going on, that they've been trying to get a hold of them for 3 weeks to find out an update on their commission that has already been 6 months or more since they ordered the commission, and the person won't answer them, including commenting on one of their Facebook posts they made recently, again, proving that they're online, and they wouldn't even answer the comment on the post. That's hugely disrespectful, in my opinion. Now, the sad thing is, and I love you, I know you're probably listening to this video right now for the fan. The sad thing is, you'll probably go right back to that person the next time they open their commission list. See, if you guys want to stop these artists from taking advantage of you, from ghosting you, etc., the first time they ghost you, don't go back a second time. Yep, that's 100% true, Chris. Yep. And that's what I do. Like I've had people ask me, how do you deal with the bullshit? Because I'm one of the few that'll talk about the bullshit, even though I don't go into super detail about it. A lot of artists won't say nothing and create, and that's okay. You do what you want to on your platform. I'm a bit vocal, obviously. And does that hurt me? Oh yeah, you can bet it does. Because there's, you would think people would sit back and hear what I'm saying, or one of the other few artists that talk about this kind of stuff, and you know, because we're not bad mouthing people. We're just talking about being respectful and being courteous and being professional and keeping your word and treating each other fairly, and et cetera, et cetera. We're talking about that shit. You would think people would be like, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, you know, marching in the streets with the shit. But no, we get labeled a problem. We get labeled, oh, if you do something wrong, they're going to say something. Well, first off, if the shit I'm saying, if you're doing any of that, you should be worried, because that's not what you should be doing to people. You should not be taking their money and ghosting them. You should not be denying them books that are owed to them, whether you're a creator, a vendor, or a retailer, etc. You should not be taking advantage of people. So if what I'm saying makes you paranoid, then you need to reevaluate shit you're doing. All right. But the sad truth is, it will get us, we get labeled a problem because we speak out. And people have asked me, like, well, how do you deal with it? I was like, because of the fans. I mean, the fans are what, and that's why I get so pissed about when people do this to fans, because the fans are what makes all of this work. Whether you're a retailer, a flipper, a artist, writer, creator, etc., no matter what damn angle you have in this industry, the fans are what makes it all possible. So they're the reason we tolerate this shit. They're the reason I work the long hours. They're the reasons I travel so much. They are the reasons I work tired, I work sick, etc. The fans, because the great thing about this industry is when you're at that show and that fan comes around the corner and they see your table and they see you and they're grinning from ear to ear, and they come up and they want a picture or they want a hug, or you give them their commission they're picking up and they're light up, that wipes all of it away for that moment. It wipes every bit of it away, and that small moment makes the bullshit worth it. It's just that one moment. And I know that probably sounds stupid to some people, or doesn't sound realistic or whatever, but I'm telling you, it's those little moments is what matters, because we're going to always have to deal with drama. There's so many children in this industry that it's ridiculous. There's so many petty ass people in this industry that it's ridiculous. And the fans, because the money ain't what makes it worth it. Because again, I make an okay living, but I ain't making nowhere near what I was making with my insurance job. And I was working way less hours. But so it's not a money thing by any shape or of the imagination. It is 100% the fans. It's the kids that come up to your table that know your name. It's the, again, the fans that, oh my God, I'm so glad I finally got to meet you. You're one of the main reasons I came to this show. Do you realize how much, how incredibly energizing and soulful, in the sense of the energy that feeds to your soul when someone tells you out of the, when you do MegaCon Orlando, or you're doing New York Comic Con, or you're doing C2E2 or et cetera, and you out of hundreds and hundreds of people at that show, that someone rolls up to your table and says, I came here specifically because I wanted to meet you, and that's insane, the feeling, because everything else with this industry is hard, and it is lonely, and it is dark, and people don't realize that. So You got to stop shitting on fans. No matter, again, what foot you have in this industry. You got to stop ghosting fans. You got to stop breaking promises and shitting on them, because they are what make all this possible. They are 100% the light at the end of that tunnel. That's one of the reasons, like, people like myself and Chris and many of the other folks with that do a lot of Comic-Con shows, that, again, we're not doing it for the money, because most of these shows, because we're indie creators, most of these shows we break even or make just a little profit off of what it costs, because we don't get no free rides to these shows. I mean, Comic Palooza, with hotel, travel, table at the show, food expenses, etc., for being at the show, materials to take to the show, prints, etc., having those created. That one show, I'm $2,000 in the hole before the show ever opens. I think it was around like a little over 1,800, a little over 1,900, something like that, for that show, before the doors ever open. So we're not there for the money. We're there for strictly for the fans, to meet existing fans and to create new ones. That's what we're there for. And I always try to tell artists, y'all want to, I hear some of y'all bitching about, oh, I didn't make this money, I didn't make that money. And, I'll ask them, well, did you break even at least? Oh, yeah. I mean, I made a little profit, but, I didn't make no. Then I'd say, did you meet some fans? Yeah. Did you make some new fans? Yep. I got some new. Then, dude, shut the fuck up. You did what you're supposed to do. Stop bitching and crying about how much money you made at a show. And don't get me wrong, I understand that we can't throw money away. We don't have it to throw away. There you go, Chris. Yeah, there's a couple of airbrush artists running around who think they're up here when they're down here, and they need a severe reality check. But they're my favorite, because they're the ones who like to slander other artists, and then I get to meet them at a Comic-Con, and I get to have that really fun in-person opportunity to let them show me some energy. But it's always amazing how that energy is severely drained in person than behind that keyboard. It's really odd how that works. But, yeah, you're 100% right. All it takes is, I went and got a haircut the other day and cut, I think, about 5 inches off. Now, real 5 inches, not you white guy 5 inches. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I cut about 5 inches off the other day, and I'm so damn tempted to cut the rest off. But yeah, you're 100% right, Chris. It takes, and that's why it's so imperative. You got to treat them right, because and plus it's another one of those things is you have a lot of responsibility as an artist and a creator to the fans, because guys, look, every single person walking this planet is dealing with some kind of shit. And we have no idea the level of shit they're dealing with. And I'm not talking about that as an excuse to be shitty to people. I don't give a fuck what's going on in your personal life. You got no excuse to be shitty to someone. But we know those moments can happen. And if it's out of character for someone, that's a different story. But we have a big responsibility, because you acting shitty to that one person could change their life for the worse that day. Or you being kind to that person could completely twist something that's going on that could have ended that day in a very bad way that it didn't. You never know. And I'm not saying we're some kind of like superheroes running around. I mean, this goes for any interaction. But you as the person who's choosing to be at that Comic-Con, if someone walks up to your table that paid money to get through that damn door, and they walk up to your damn table, get off your ass, stand up, acknowledge that person, and welcome them to your circus. Because they chose to stop at your damn table. If you sat there with your face buried in work with this holier than thou, don't you know who I am kind of mentality, oh, I can't be bothered. Oh, just look at my wares and you just tell me if you need something. I'm busy. I can't be bothered. Fuck you, man. Because I've had it happen to me. I've walked up to an artist that I really liked, and the dude couldn't even be bothered to acknowledge I was standing there. Fuck you, man. I don't give a shit who you are. I don't care if you've been in the business 30 damn years. You are not a god among men. Nobody outside this building knows who you are. Hell, most of the people in this building probably don't know who you are. So you need to check the attitude and check the holier than thou mentality. I'll never. Yeah, man, I saw that. I'm so sorry about that too. I'm glad, or I hope things are better. I think they are. I think I saw you post saying things were picking up. Yeah, that. I mean, I've had the same thing. I mean, my dad passed away a couple of years ago, and we did the funeral, and the next day I was back at work. Like, I mean, life sucks. You know, it is what it is. You know, we can't let what's going on in our personal lives own us all the time. Now, occasionally it's different, but you can't. Remember the guy when you wanted the horror print? Oh, yeah, there you go. That's a good one. That's a good one. Here, I gotta tell this story. I'm not gonna name drop because I don't remember the guy's name. No way. But yeah, here's a case in point. Here's a case in point story. Let me give you this story. Let me make sure I didn't miss no questions, because I do want to answer this one question that Andre had. When I'm talking about Chris, I thought I missed a question that somebody had. Yeah, that's right. Shows are about growing your fan base and meeting the fans that's been loyal to you. That's what shows are about. Yeah, that ain't no damn lie. I probably do need an OnlyFans. Hey, what's up, Corey? Dude, we appreciate you, man. Like I'm very protective of my fans, so I tend to open my mouth way too much about bad shit that's going on, and then I get labeled a problem. But so the question, Andre. So Andre, when it comes to pricing, I will never, ever, ever, ever tell anyone what they should or shouldn't charge for anything. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's signatures, their cover rates, their whatever they're selling their book. Like, I don't care. I'm not going to tell anybody what to charge for their stuff. I'll just either pay it or I won't. Now, me personally, I don't charge to sign books at shows. So when people bring covers of mine that I've done to my shows, I sign them for free. Now, if they walk up with, 20 copies of Department of Truth number 10 or DOT 13 or any of the other 500 print run books where they might have, and I've had it happen once, where someone has a stack of one cover. Now, I'll sign the first two for free. The rest of them we're going to talk about. Because if you roll up to my table with 20 or 30 damn copies of one of my covers, let's just be honest. We know damn well you've already sold those signatures for $10 a pop to somebody. Let's just be honest. So I'll sign the first two for free, but the rest of them are going to be $5 a pop because I know you've already sold them for 10, because usually the standard pre-sale book signing stuff are $10 signatures. So, yeah, I mean, it's true. But the sad thing is, man, we get labeled a problem for speaking our mind, and we're not even name dropping people. We're just talking about shitty behavior, and we still get labeled the problem. Like I said, it does no good to name drop because people are still going to chase after who they want to chase after. Dude, what's up, Logan, man? Hope you're doing well, man. Long time no chat. So Cowtown Comic-Con. And if you guys haven't done Cowtown Comic Con and you live near the Fort Worth, Dallas area, you are severely missing out on a great con, by the way. Make sure you guys check it out this year. That con is severely worth doing. That is a great con. Hosted by Chris Hayes and Charter Comics and all those guys. It's Pastime Comics, etc. Great show. Great show. The lineup this year is ridiculous. 80-hour average work week. Oh shit, dude, you're almost working as much as we artists. Oh shit. Yeah, you're almost on our bandwagon. You might as well start drawing. It'll be less money, but hey, all the prestige that comes with it, oh shit. See, I'll tune in, but we'll see. Now, to be fair, their show, they will name drop when it's somebody that's been outed for stealing or, trying to rip someone off, et cetera, et cetera. So kudos to them for doing that. I'm curious to see who the name drop is now. Cause let's be honest, there's a couple names you guys are aware of that y'all won't mention. Just is what it is. But I'm not going to mention them either because I mentioned it in the past and it didn't do any good. So, I no shade on you or anything like that. I don't mean like that. It's just, like I said, there's people out there some of y'all are friends with that we have legitimately, we know that they screwed people. So it just is what it is. So anyway, a couple years ago, Cowtown Comic Con. Yeah, exactly. We get attacked. It's funny how that works. There was a guy at Cowtown Comic Con. He was sitting on the entryway, so he had people were coming by. He was in a relatively good spot, lots of traction, and he had some cool stuff. Now it was boxes and these like little wood things but they were classic horror movie characters put on them. Now, to be fair, you are working towards a smaller niche market when you're doing horror in general, but then on top of that, you're doing classic horror. That's an even smaller market these days because most people are all about slashers and stuff like that. Yeah, fuck cordial. Can be scared, man. Can be scared. But no. So he's selling classic horror movie characters. Designs on wood boxes and little wood frames and all these kind of things. So it's kind of unique, kind of cool. Jewelry boxes, all that kind of stuff. I think there's some skateboards in there maybe. But anyway, those kinds of things. So he had went up to Chris. I think this was Sunday. He went up to Chris and he was like, hey, yesterday was terrible for me. So I need you to give me my money back for my table. First off, that's not how that shit works. You don't get your money back for a Comic-Con table because you had a shitty day. That's not how that works. So anyway, so he went up to Chris and Chris like, hey man, I'm sorry that you had a bad day, but we don't give money back on. Okay, Nita, have a good day. We don't give money back, if you had a bad day. That's not really how Comic-Cons work. All right, you too, Logan, man. Good to see you, brother. So anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted with chat. So Chris was like, hey, I'm sorry, man, that you had a bad day yesterday. We don't give money back. And then the guy was like, well, okay, then you need to give me a free table for next year. And Chris like, no, man, that's not how this works. He's like, it's our job to get people in the door. It's your job to sell your wares to those people. And that's legit an honest, description of that. And Chris and him does phenomenal for getting people through the doors. Like there was a shit ton of people at that con that day. So him not selling shit, something else is going on because even with that being a smaller market, there's still some fans that are going to buy that kind of stuff. They love jewelry boxes. They love, these board things you hang on. Like there's going to be people that shop it. So, Chris was telling me about it. I was like, oh, hell no, screw that guy. And then Chris pointed him out to me, and I was like, well, you know what? Let's see what it is. Now, Chris had seen the guy on Saturday, and he said the guy just kind of sat over there when fans did walk up to this table. He barely interacted. So I went over there. Again, being classic horror movie fan person, can't throw my arm far enough. Classic horror movie fan. I go over to his table Sunday, and I walk up and I was like, he's sitting at the back of his booth. He's sitting over there on his phone. I walk up to the table. He doesn't even acknowledge me. Doesn't look up and say, "Hey, welcome, man. How's your day going?" Like he should do. He doesn't say shit. He continues to play on his phone. He glances up and looks back down to his phone. So I start looking at his stuff, and then I try to engage him. I go, "Oh, dude, this is some really good stuff, man. I love the classic, the horror stuff." And he goes, "Oh, thank you." That's it. And then I go, yeah. I show him my Boris Karloff Frankenstein tattoo. I was like, "Yeah, dude, I'm a huge classic horror movie fan. And this is some really cool stuff." "Oh, okay, man. Thank you." Didn't say shit else. I gave that. All right, have a good day, Albert. You could, and I would have, if he would have engaged me, pointed out some of his stuff, shown it to me, I would have bought it just because. He didn't do shit, didn't engage, didn't show me anything, didn't point anything out. He just said, oh, thank you, and went right back to his phone. So that's his fault, because you could not have asked for a better opportunity to sell someone something from your booth than someone who has classic horror movie characters tattooed on their body, them telling you the artwork looks really cool. So that's his own damn fault. He's one of those people that will sit there and expect people to just walk up and buy his shit without him engaging. For some reason, he has he's up here mentality and he's way down here. So that's that story. That's my, that lets you know what I'm talking about is you have to put on a show. Your job as an artist, a creator, whatever it is, a trinket maker, whatever you are behind that damn table, you are a showman first. And it is your job to get people to buy your stuff. You can't sit back there with this attitude, "Oh, if they buy it, they buy it. If they don't, they don't." You have to engage every single. I engage people that are just walking by that glance up at my table, and I go, "Hey guys, hope you're having a great day." Because you know how many times just that single interaction of me acknowledging them walking by, they stopped and communicated, and in that time they took a better look at my wall of prints, etc., and then bought something. Lots of times. So you sitting back with your phone and you got your pouty face on and, "Oh, woe is me," suck it up or get the fuck out. Dude, it is for me too. I won't buy shit from anybody that won't acknowledge I'm standing there. It ain't happening. And I buy something from every single con I do. Whether it's a cool little trinket item or something from one of my daughters, or whether it's an original commission from one of the bigger names in the industry, or whether it's a commission from someone that I have no clue who they are, I just kind of like their art, whether it's for me or for one of my daughters, I buy 1, 2, 3 things every single con I do. So you have to be engaging. You have to understand that fans paid money to come see you. Get off your ass and put on your little show, because sadly, Comic Palooza, Fan Expo Dallas, MegaCon Orlando, all of these big ass shows, and there's a bunch of them, dude, they're $70 to $80 a person to get into on a Saturday and a Sunday. That shit is stupid expensive. So there's people already spending a bunch of money just to walk through the door. So you sitting over there with a shitty attitude is unacceptable in my opinion. And again, I know we all have bad days. We show up to some of these shows like this week right here and this past weekend was the first weekend I've been home in 6 weeks, 7 weekends. So I understand the exhaustion. I understand that you got that one person that walks up and has a snide ass comment or a shitty attitude towards you. And you got to be able to wipe that slate clean for the next person that walks up. And I know that's hard to do, especially someone like me. I wear my emotions on my sleeve, so it's hard to reel that shit back in, because all it takes is one dude being an ass, or another artist that, wants to be a petty bitch, that come to your table and tell you what you should be pricing your shit at and stuff like that, being stupid. So I get it. Like I said, everything I'm talking to you about, I understand the psychology of it. I get the tiredness, I get the stress, I get the loneliness, I get the aggravation, the anger some days, I get the exhaustion. So I totally understand where all this piles on you, but you cannot let it own you. You cannot let it make you treat fans like shit, or treat retailers like shit, or indie people like shit. You can't let it own you in the sense that you're missing deadlines and you're breaking promises about work. You cannot let it own you. And again, I know that's hard, but you have to pull your damn pants up, and you got to say, I refuse to let this ruin my rep, or this ruin my interaction with fans, or etc. Yeah, that's true too. Because they got hundreds and hundreds of tables to spend their money at. You got to show them why they should be spending your money with you when it's a new fan. So yeah, you got to be engaging. You got to be communicative, or you got to communicate with them. Show interest. Yeah, hey, are you enjoying the show? And again, I know some of you people are like, oh, I'm not doing that. I'm not being fake. It's not being fake. It shouldn't be fake. But even if you're faking it, you need to fake it, because they're paying to see you dance. I'm sorry, you can get pissed about that comment if you want to, but technically they're coming there to see it. They're coming there to have an experience. They're coming there to interact with artists and creators, and to feel like they matter to you, and they should, especially if they're existing fans. Give them the time to chat. Don't rush them. Be extremely grateful that they came to see you, because they didn't have to. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get off here. I done rambled on long enough. I'm sure this will piss some folks off. Look, bottom line to it is, we all have stress. We all have drama. We all have issues we have to deal with. We all have bad, life-changing experiences that happen. You got to stop letting it own you, though. Stop being petty to other artists. Stop being petty to fans. Stop ghosting them. Get off your ass and answer the PMs. If you've got retailers that are waiting on paperwork for slabbings, etc., get off your damn Xbox, get off your damn pity party chair, and fill out the paperwork and get the shit sent to people. Get the artwork finished and get it shipped. Keep your word as best you can cover jobs and things like that. Just do what you're supposed to. That's the sad damn thing about it, is all this shit I'm talking about, it should be common. Like, this is what you're supposed to do. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to pat you on the back when you do it, because I'm not patting anybody on the back for doing shit they're supposed to do. I hate those that, I mailed out my shit in a timely manner. What the fuck you want? Pat on the back? Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Oh, I fed and cleaned my children today. Okay. That's what you're supposed to do. So I'm not going to pat you on the back for it, but go do it. The same, but like I said, the same thing falls on the fans though, guys. Fans, pick better artists. Okay. Look, stop going to people that ghost you. I don't give a shit how pretty they are. I don't give a shit how well known their name might be. Stop going to them. If they screw you the first time, don't go back. You got to use a little bit of common sense. You got to take a little responsibility for yourself. I saw someone not too long ago make a post talking about so-and-so screwed him. They can't get him to answer. They've owed him art for a year. And I was like, and I commented on the post like, didn't this guy screw you like 2 years ago? Because I remember the name combinations. And he's like, yeah, he did. I thought maybe he had changed. I said, no, they're not changing. Nobody's changing. Yeah, exactly, Caesar. But anyway, I'm going to get off here. I got to get back to work. This video was supposed to have been a little shorter, but of course I get to rambling and chatting with you guys, and I kind of get carried away. But anyway, thank you for listening. Appreciate you guys. For all of you guys out there that are doing what you're supposed to, keep doing what you're supposed to. Again, I'm not going to congratulate you on you. I'm not going to pat you on the back for it, but keep doing what you're supposed to do. For the ones that are dropping the ball, pick the ball up or get the fuck out. Excuse my language. I know my language is being a little rough this morning, but and again, for the fans, look, I hate that you're having to deal with some of this shit with some of these artists. I really do, but don't message me about it. Okay. I can't fix it. I can't make them do your commission. I can't send them. I'm not going to send them a PM and tell them what they need to do. So I hate that you're having that problem, but just because someone might be on my mutual friends list, I have no idea what's going on in their life. I have no idea how they're handling their business. So just do me a solid. If you got an issue with me, feel free to PM me and I'll try to help out and fix it any way I can. But as far as any issues you got with somebody else, I ain't got shit to do it, okay? I ain't got shit to do with none of that. So I can't message them. I can't fix it. So just, I don't want to know about it. And I know that may sound a little mean. I don't mean it to sound mean. I hate that you're dealing with that. But if you need to, put them on blast. Make a post and call them out. Hey, I've been trying to talk to this person for 3 months. They won't answer my messages. They read them and leave me ghosted. They owe me artwork from 6 months or a year ago. And so now I'm making it official. You guys got to stop being scared to call shit out. You know, now, like I said, if you've been on the commission list 3 months, you ain't been on there long enough. Chill out. But now if they're ghosting you, that's a different ballgame. If they're reading your shit and not answering, that's a different ballgame. But so, you know, judge it accordingly. But anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. Oh, a heads up for everyone for Psycho Style number 3. I got the tracking number from McLean for the stretch goals. They're supposed to be here today. I'm waiting on FedEx right now. So if the stretch goals hit today, I will start sorting all the Psycho Style number 3 backer books and everything. Again, I do apologize for that delay. I mean, knock on wood, we're still ahead of the game compared to everyone else doing Kickstarters because we create our book before the Kickstarter ends. So we're still way ahead of the time frame per se compared to everyone else, but still, I want to make sure you guys know what's going on. And I'll actually, as soon as they land, I'll do a post on the Kickstarter itself, and that email will go out to all the backers letting you know that they are officially here. We had a shipping delay on those, but they're supposed to be here today. And as soon as they land, I will make that post and let everybody know on Facebook and on Kickstarter. And then tomorrow, all art is going to go on hold for the next 2 days because it usually takes me about 2 days of 10, 12 hours a day to sort all the books and all the stretch goals and get them packaged and everything. So over the next couple of days, there won't be any art going on. I will be strictly doing Psycho Style stuff as long as the stretch goals land today. But if they do, I'll make a post and let you know. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. And I will see you later.